That works. I'm gonna start taking this to the Republican clerk. All right, the September 11th meeting of the Municipal Code Enforcement Board is now called to order. If everybody would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the Municipal Code Enforcement Board is charged with conducting hearings to determine whether an alleged violation of the city code has occurred. Decisions made by this quasi-judicial board will be based on the evidence and facts presented this evening. Our meetings are conducted in accordance with Robert's Rules of Order, and each case will begin with the city presenting its evidence of the alleged violation. The respondent will then present his or her case. Both parties will have an opportunity to cross-examine all witnesses. The board members may question any witness. Comments by both parties must be relevant to the case. A person wishing to speak will be given an opportunity to do so by the chair and must address the board from the podium after giving their name and address. Upon request, copies of material submitted by staff are available for review. Board members are reminded to obtain permission to speak from the chair, and questions of the city should be directed to the attorney for the city. At this time, I'll ask all persons who expect to give testimony tonight to please stand and be sworn in by the city clerk.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you will provide the board tonight will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
The cases will be taken out of order to accommodate the respondents, and tonight's agenda will be as follows. The first case will be the first case, 1084. Second case will be 3196. Third case will be 3420. Fourth case will be 3544. Then we'll go back and finish new business and move on to unfinished business. Okay, ex parte communications. At this time, I'll ask the board members if they've had any ex parte communications regarding any matters coming before the Code Enforcement Board this evening. If you've had any verbal communications, please disclose the sum and substance of the communications, when and where the communications occurred, and with whom it occurred. If you received any written communications, please disclose the nature of the communications and provide a copy to the city clerk to be filed in the record. Starting with you, Gina. And excuse me. At the same time, please acknowledge whether or not your mic is on.
It is now. I've had none.
I've had none.
I've had none.
Bad done.
I know Hussam, and but we did not have any conversation about the fence. It's a different matter.
Okay, is your mic on?
What is, yes,
Yeah, it's on.
Is your mic on?
It is.
Very good, thank you. Okay, approval of minutes. Minutes of the regular meeting held August 14, 2024. Hopefully all board members have had a chance to read the minutes. If there are no additions, corrections, or anything else to add or delete, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
motion to approve the minute.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays. Motion carries. Okay, on to the first case, 24-1084.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm that the translation you will provide from English to Arabic and from Arabic to English will be true and accurate? Thank you.
Have a seat. We'll call you up. Just have a seat. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, if I can, in light of the fact that one of our board members said they knew some people, I'd just like to make sure that, kind of for the record, ask the questions to make sure that we have a fair and impartial
That's
decision.
fine.
So, do you feel you can be a fair and impartial decision maker on this case?
Yes, I do.
And you will only base your decision on the evidence that is provided here at the hearing?
Yes, I do.
And also, if everyone could keep in mind, we are going to be having a translator on this, so when you do speak, make sure you give enough time for the translation to occur.
Very good. Lori, it's all you.
Our first case is case number 24-1084, City versus Hussam El-Mes, Abir Al-Talib, and Jihad A. Al-Nasser for the property located at 7705 Leon Avenue. The case is before the board based on alleged violation of Section 12861E6, fences appearance. The case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Compliance Officer Lori Smith. The city has evidence that the notice in violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, board members, Lori Smith, Code Compliance. This case originated proactively on March the 12th, 2024. My inspection revealed the south side wooden fence in disrepair. At this time, I left a door hanger with the reinspection date of the 22nd of April, 2024. My inspection on April the 29th, 2024 revealed no change, therefore a notice of violation was prepared with a compliance date of the 15th of May, 2024. No one was at home, so I posted the notice letter at the front door and requested copies be mailed certified in first-class mail. I also requested copies be posted at City Hall for the 10-day requirement.
We need to be doing translating.
Oh, we need to translate all this? Okay.
Yeah, she
All right,
needs to understand.
okay, so we're gonna have to start over, Lori.
No problem, sir.
If you wouldn't mind coming up, and we're gonna break this up into pieces, and she's gonna say it in English, you're gonna repeat it to your family in Arabic, and then you're gonna ask if they understood it, and then we'll continue, and we'll keep doing that till we finish. Okay? Yes, so come on up so you can hear her. And just state your name and address for the record, please.
Okay.
May want to have the respondent come up also, since she's got to talk to them and
Okay,
can't.
yeah, have your dad or whoever, yeah. And do me a favor, state your name and address and your relationship to the respondent.
Siham Elmas, and he's my father, and I live in 7705 Leon Avenue, the same address that we're talking about the fence in.
Perfect, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, start over, Lori, thank you.
No problem, sir. This case originated proactively on March the 12th, 2024.
بلشت القضية من 3/12/2024 عشان الفنس.
My inspection revealed the south side wooden fence in disrepair.
لما كانت عمالة تلف لقيت إنه الجهة الورانية من الفنس كانت بدها تصحيح.
At this time, I left a door hanger with a reinspection date of the 22nd of April, 2024.
بهداك الوقت راحت على البيت وتركت ورقة وبتذكر فيها إنه لازم إنه تخلصه ب 22 أو تشتغل عليه ب 22.
My inspection on April the 29th, 2024 revealed no change.
لما راحت ب4 29
Yes, April the 29th.
لما
2024.
راحت ب4/29 راحت ولقيت إنه ما كان في شيء متصحح.
Therefore, a notice of violation was prepared
لهيك تم كتب تقرير بهالشيء
with a compliance date of the 15th of May, 2024.
مع تاريخ لازم تكون متصلح ب 15 ماي. اوكي 15/5 إنه لازم يكون متصلح.
No one was at home, so I posted the notice at the front door.
ما كان في حدا بالبيت، هيك حطت الورقة على الباب.
And I requested copies be mailed, certified in first-class mail.
وطلبت إنه الورقة اللي حطتها على الباب كمان تتم نسخها وتبعتها على UPS درجة أولى حتى توصلك على البريد.
I also requested copies be posted at City Hall for the 10-day requirement.
كمان حطت نسخة عند السريها وقالت إنه معك 10 أيام، حطت إنه 10 أيام مدتها.
At this time, I would like to submit photographic evidence
بهالوقت حتفرجيهم صور
of the violation taken by me on April the 30th, 2024.
للإنذار sorry I forgot violation in Arabic as well. Okay,
خالفة.
thank you. للمخالفة اللي صارت ب 23rd March 23rd.
I was on the taken by me on April the 30th,
Okay.
2024.
4/30/2024.
Exhibit number 1 shows notice letter posted at front door.
أول صورة بتبين إنه حطت الرسالة على الباب.
Exhibit number 2 shows south side wooden fence in disrepair.
الصورة الثانية بتفرجي الجهة الفنس اللي هي لازم كانت تتم تصليحها أو تتم تعديل عليها.
Mr. Chairman, the homeowner contacted me on the 23rd of May, 2024. Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Chairman. Okay. Mr. Chairman تواصلت معه عشان هاي الفنس.
she stated she was waiting on HOA approval for the fence replacement.
أنا قلت لهم إنه لساتنا عمال نستنى ال HOA حتى يوافقوا عليها.
and asked for additional time.
وسألت لوقت زيادة.
A 2-month extension was granted until July the 23rd, 2024.
أعطونا شهرين لشهر 7 2024 هالمدة قبل ما نصلحها.
As of today's date,
كتاريخ اليوم
the site is not in compliance,
ما تم تصليح أي شيء،
and I am seeking a ruling.
وعمالة تطلب حكم أو تقرير أو أي شيء.
Sir, Mr. Chairman, may I submit?
Thank you.
Lori, can you show them the photographs first?
Yeah.
This is the posting at you guys' store, and this is
Thank
the
you.
back fence.
Yes.
Before I ask for questions, can you make sure he understood what you said?
فهمت كل شيء قلته؟
Thank you. Any questions for the code officer? Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, so you said you took these pictures on April 30th, right?
Yes, sir.
Has there been any improvement, change, anything different
No, sir.
since then?
Not to the fence, sir. It still looks the same way. But I believe the respondents have an update. I know that they do, and would like to let you guys know where they are at in that process. They're definitely working towards it.
Does the HOA approve it? Did they approve it?
The HOA, they did approve, right?
No, they have a meeting on the 17th. They have a meeting every third Tuesday of each month. They have a meeting on the 17th at 7.
Of September?
Yes, September at 7. And then they said they would email us the response from 2 to 5 days business days after the meeting.
Can we still ask questions of the?
No, if you have any more, let's finish questions with the code officer first. Any other questions for the code officer? Okay. Code officer, you can have a seat for now.
Thank you, sir.
I'm sure we have some questions for you. I have a question. So is the only thing holding up the fence the HOA approval?
Yes, even the fence company submitted an application for the permit to fix the fence. They were here Monday, and they tried to submit an application. I think they were able to do so, and we're just waiting for the HOA. That's the only thing.
So you have a fence company lined up?
Yes, we already talked with
Who
everything.
is that, by the way?
I have their phone number. You want me to provide
That's
it?
okay. I thought
Okay.
you might know their name, that's all.
I don't keep
okay.
up track
That's
of the
okay.
company's name,
And
sorry.
they're ready to go, they have all the materials,
Yes,
just waiting for the HOA to say yes.
correct, yes.
Any other questions? Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, was there a delay in getting the request into the HOA? Because it's been, 3 months since she took the pictures, from what I can tell.
Well, it's been 6 months since.
Well, since the original.
هل تمت اوكي 1 second let me ask him. قال انه ليش تم التاخير لحتى بعتنا من الاتش او هي اللي حتى اخذوا وقت حتى يوافقوا ولا مننا حتى نهار ولا شلون ليش انه لحد هلا 6 اشهر.
6 أشهر له قصة يعني ما بعرف إنه مننا ومنهم يعني.
Okay, it was both of our faults. We had a couple of problems. We had a problem with the concrete. We had to fix it. We also had a medical health. We needed to travel for a medical health reason. And then until we found the company that we know, because we wanted a company that's gonna fix it, and not for a couple of days or a couple of months. We live in Florida. There's a lot of hurricanes. There's a hurricane every day. If there's a hurricane every day, we wanted the company that knows what they're doing. Until we found the company, they scheduled a day to come and take the measurement. When they took the measurement, they estimated we had to wait a week to get the estimation, and then they wanted to submit a permit. And then we had our travel that we were in a hurry to travel, and everything came at once. And then as soon as we finished with the concrete, we were right here with the meeting.
You got
So the
all that
reason-
from that?
Well, he told me.
أنا تعرف
No.
كل شيء عن الموضوع.
I already know the whole entire
you know, okay.
situation. So he
Alright.
was like, you know the situation, explain it. So
So the reason I asked the question was the HOA, there's no reason to, do you have confidence that the HOA is going to give you approval in September? It wasn't their fault that this was
no, it wasn't
postponed.
their
It
fault.
wasn't like there's some problem and they're like, oh,
No,
we
no.
can't do that. Okay.
No, it's the time of their meeting. They don't have the meeting every week. We would have to wait. Even if we submit it at the beginning of the month, we're still gonna wait until the end of the month for them to approve it or deny it. And then I tried emailing them. I tried contacting them. I personally emailed them and called them more than once, and they said they have to wait to the meeting. Otherwise, if the fence were to be put up without their permission, they're gonna have to take it down.
You don't want that, okay.
Yeah, we yeah.
So, but you don't have any reason to believe they won't say yes?
No, nothing. Everything is perfect on the house, so I don't think they would
Do you
say.
happen to know how long your fence company would take to put the fence up?
They said when we get the HOA respond after the 17th, which they said they would email us respond from 2 to 5 business days after the 17th. They said as soon as we get the response, they're gonna schedule a day to come and fix it, to come and
One
change
day.
it.
It'll be all done in a day?
No, like not the whole fence.
Okay.
Like no. Once the meeting is done, we're gonna wait 2 to 5 days for us to get the response until the HOA sends it over mail. And then the exact same day that I get the response, I'm gonna contact the fence company, and they said they're gonna schedule an appointment. They like try to make it the exact same week or the exact same day if they were able to repair and change it. Actually,
Sounds good. Any other questions? Okay, you can have a seat, thank you.
thank you so much.
If there's no other questions, I'll entertain a motion.
All right, I'll do this one.
And again, make sure we do the motion in.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're gonna, probably be best if both of you came back up. So we're gonna, right now, there's gonna be a motion made, and so we're gonna need you to translate what he says to your father, and then we'll need you to ask him whether or not he understood
Yes.
at the end, okay? Go ahead, Bill.
All right,
Do it
so
in pieces.
small pieces, okay. In case number 24-1084,
هذا الرقم الطلب لأن القضية لأن 24/1/084.
I move that the city has proven by a greater weight of the evidence
عرفت إنه السري اللي اجتمعت إنه مع الصور والإثباتات اللي حيتخذوا القرار.
the following violations of the City of Temple Terrace City Code exist on the property located at
إنه الإنذار اللي تم اللي اللي من قبل السري على عنوان
7705 Leon Avenue,
7705 ليون أفنيو.
Code Section 12-861, subsection E, subsection 6.
رقم الكود القضية.
This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from Code Enforcement Officer Lori Smith
إنه هذا التحذير إجا من قبل لوري سميث اللي هي قدمت القضية.
and Miss Elmas,
وأنا كألماس.
along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and the notice of violation,
وكل الإثباتات اللي إجت إن كانت صور أو التقرير اللي إجا وهذا الأوراق كلها اللي وصلتهم.
all of which is received and entered as part of the record of this hearing.
كل اللي وصلهم حيتم اتخاذه سمعا أو دراسيا هذا إيه.
I further move that said violation be corrected on or before October 9th, 2024,
أكتوبر 9 حيتم تأجيل الهي ل 10/9/2024.
10/9
10 يعني
آه.
شهر 10
Oh, yeah,
sorry.
yeah, yeah.
In the month we play with which one in the month that goes order. So we thought it was September 10th. I was like, no, October 9th. Sorry, go ahead.
if the respondent does not comply with this order on or before that day,
إذا ما صار وما تغير أي شيء قبل أو بعد هذا التاريخ.
they are ordered to pay a fine for each and every day the violation continues past the date set for compliance.
هيتم تغريمك كل يوم بعد 10/9 اللي هو اليوم المحددين.
Upon considering the following factors,
بعد كل اللي قالوه وبعد كل شيء.
1, the gravity of the violation,
جاذبية المشكلة.
2, any actions taken by the violator to correct the violation,
2 أي شيء بنعمله حتى نصلح المشكلة.
and 3, any previous violations committed by the violator.
3 أي مشاكل سابقة تتم متجهة لإلك أو لصاحب المشكلة.
I move that the fine be $25 per day.
بعرف إنه الغرامة حتكون $25 $25 $25 باليوم $25 باليوم.
Um,
زي ما سوينا.
Can you ask him if he understood what just happened?
فهمت شو قالوا؟
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, no nays. Okay, so the property has been found in violation for the fence. Okay, you have until October 9th to get the new fence. As long as you get the new fence by October 9th, there'll be no fine. If it takes you to October 10th, the fine of $25 per day starts to accrue. However, October 9th is also our next meeting. If something comes up, you lose your contractor, or what they say, the HOA says no, or whatever, you come back on October 9th, let us know, and you can ask for an extension. There is no guarantee you will get an extension, but you are welcome to ask. I know that's a lot. Can you tell that to your father?
اوكي. بعد اتخاذ كل هذا القرارات ب10/9 لازم تكون متصلح. 10/9 كمان بتصادف انه هني عندهم اجتماع الثاني، اذا صاروا رفض او صاروا اي مشكلة وما تصحح قبل 10/9 فينك تجي وتحاول تحكي معه، يمكن يمددوا لك اياها ويمكن ما يقدروا، يعني حسب شو بصير.
You understood? Okay. Good. That's it. We're done.
Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Next case, please.
We all approve, unanimous.
3196.
The next case is case number 243196, City versus Dorothy M. Carter trustee for the property located at 400 Ridgedale Road. The case is before the board based on alleged violation of Section 10(3)B, sanitation grass weeds. The case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Compliance Officer Doug Allen. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman and board members. Doug Allen, Code Compliance Officer. This case was originated by me on July 8th, 2024 for overgrown conditions. I left a door hanger with a reinspection date of July 11th, 2024. My reinspection on July 30th showed no change, so I prepared a notice of violation on that date with a reinspection date of August 6, 2024. I posted the notice at the front door, and a copy was posted at City Hall for the 10-day requirement. Copies were mailed both certified and regular mail to the owner of record. My reinspection on August 19th, 2024 showed no change, so I prepared a notice of hearing on that date, and the case was scheduled for the September Municipal Code Board meeting. This time, I'd like to submit photographic evidence taken by myself on July 31st and August 19th, 2024.
We'll accept that. Thank you.
Exhibit number 1 shows the posting of the notice of violation, and exhibit number 2 shows the overgrown conditions. The site is in compliance, and I'm submitting an affidavit of compliance, and I'm seeking a finding.
Very good. We'll accept that. Thank you. Any questions for the code officer?
And the property owner's grandson's here, and I believe would like to say something.
Oh, yes. My
Hang on
grandmother.
a second.
My name is Phil
Hang on
Sanchez.
just a second. Are there any questions for the code officer? Okay. State your name and address, please.
My name is Phil Sanchez. I live at a different property, but I'm representing my grandmother at 400 Ridgedale Road
Okay.
in Temple Terrace. My grandmother and grandfather bought that property. They first moved in 1954 to Mission Hills. And then in 67, they moved to 400 Ridgedale Road. And my grandmother has been placed in a facility because of her mental recognition. And I am the trustee, so I just now am trying to, get her place taken care of. So I'm handling two different places, but I definitely did get it taken care of, and I'm gonna make sure that this does not happen again.
Thank you. Hang on. Any questions for the respondent? Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. If there's no other questions, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll do it.
Thank you.
In case number 243196, I move that the city has proven by the greater weight of evidence the following violation of the City of Temple Terrace City Code did exist on the property located at 400 Ridgedale Road with the applicable code violations, section 10-3, subsection B. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from the code enforcement officer, Doug Allen, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and the notice of violation of all of which is received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that there be no fine imposed because the violation were brought into compliance prior to the date of this hearing.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays, motion carries. So you have been found in violation, but because you brought it into compliance before tonight's meeting, there's no fine. However, because you have been found not in compliance, or in compliance for a violation, if it happens again within how many days, Tom?
35 days.
35 days, it becomes a repeat violation. Okay, repeat violations carry a larger daily fine, so just, I'm sure you'll stay on top of it, just want to let you know, okay?
Just one point of clarification, the actual repeat, if it were to happen in the future, I think it's within the next 3 years, it would be a repeat.
3 years?
3 years. I think that's the look back period.
It's 5 years.
5 years.
5 years.
It's 5 years.
5 years. 5 years total, okay. So the next 5 years, would be, if it happens, if, it has to be the exact same violation, so, but I'm sure you'll stay on top of it. Thank you for coming in, appreciate it. Okay, next case.
The next case before the board is case number 243420, City versus Priscilla Parker Baker, for the property located at 8402 Marlanus Place. The case is before the board based on alleged repeat violation of section 12860, inoperable vehicle, outdoor storage equipment. The case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Compliance Officer Lori Smith. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Good evening again, Mr. Chairman, board members, Lori Smith, Code Compliance. This case this evening is a notice of repeat violation. Previous case was presented to the MCEB on August the 9th, 2023. MCEB case number 233089. The board found a violation did occur and the property was brought into compliance prior to the MCEB hearing. On the 19th of July 2024, my inspection noted an inoperative vehicle parked stored on the driveway of the residence without a tag. At this time, I left a business card at the front door, and I continued to monitor the property in hopes I would get a phone call or the inoperative vehicle would be removed. On August the 7th, 2024, a notice of repeat violation was prepared with immediate action requested. No one was at home, so I posted the repeat notice of violation letter at the front door and requested copies be sent certified and first-class mail to the owner of record. I also requested a copy be posted at City Hall for the 10-day requirement. At this time, I would like to submit photographic evidence of the violation taken by me on the 7th and the 20th of August 2024 and a copy of the MCEB ruling 233089.
We'll accept all that, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Exhibit number 1 shows a notice letter posted at the front door. Exhibit number 2 shows the front of the inoperative vehicle with no tag on the driveway. Exhibit 3 and Exhibit 4 shows the inoperative vehicle with no tag parked stored on the driveway. Mr. Chairman, Mrs. Baker contacted me on Sunday, September the 1st, and also September the 4th, 2024. She advised the inop was no longer on the property and the vehicle was her daughter's. As of today's date, the site is now in compliance, and I would like to submit an affidavit of compliance, which I submitted. My apologies, board members, it's in there. However, I am seeking a ruling for the 43 days the property remained out of compliance. Code staff recommendation is $10 a day times 43 days out of compliance, $430 lump sum amount.
Very good, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Any questions for the code officer? Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, I was just curious, has this been the same vehicle? Has it been in violation?
No, sir, this is not the same vehicle as the one that was in the other case, 233089, but it is definitely an inoperative vehicle, so it definitely made that as a repeat violation at the property.
Okay, I was asking more like, is this more of a nuisance problem where there's multiple vehicles are parked there, but then they don't make it to us?
No, sir, they're not. I mean, the space doesn't allow for numerous vehicles to be parked at the location. So, no, sir, there was maybe this car and one other one at the site.
So you're not having to go back and check this over the last couple of years? I'm just, if this is a nuisance problem, or is this more just a one-time?
No, sir, I don't think that it's a nuisance problem. I think that maybe there's some other things possibly behind the scenes.
Okay. Thanks.
Mr. Chair. Ms. Smith?
Yes, ma'am.
Just to clarify, this is a new vehicle, but we had a similar violation previously.
Yes, ma'am, that is correct. There was an in-out vehicle, like I said, under the case number 233089. Yes, ma'am. There was an inoperative vehicle at that time at that location. And then I saw another one a year later or so back at the residence as well.
And the 43 days starts on July 19th and ends in July 4th?
September the 1st, sir.
July 1st?
I believe September the 1st, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
July 19th to September the 1st.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions? I assume the respondent is here.
Yes, sir, she is, and she would like to address the board.
Come on up. Name and address, ma'am.
Priscilla Parker, 8402 Marlana's Place.
Good. Floor is yours.
So I make no excuse about the vehicle. If you want, I can address that previous vehicle too. I have a son that moved to Denver, and he left the vehicle at mom's house. But I made sure like we got it fixed and stuff. He works at Frontier, moved out to Denver and couldn't take care of the car, but we got that one fixed. This particular vehicle was a little unique situation. But again, I accept all responsibility and whatever sanctions that are imposed on me this evening. My daughter was diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia disorder, and that's her vehicle. This particular daughter is 35 years old. There's numerous complaints from me to Temple Terrace about some of her behaviors. Last September, I filed an ex parte to get her some help because of the unusual and just weird behavior. It was granted. She went to Grace Point, took some medicine for a few days, came back, and if I can just be honest, all hell broke loose. She became fixated. This particular daughter has a law degree. She sued the HOA, she sued me, she sued my neighbor, the very neighbor next door. It's made up all kind of stuff. So in all of this stuff transpiring, I didn't touch her belongings. I did notify her that that car could not be out there without a plate. Still nothing happened. When when the code enforcement person put that on the door, we had moved out because the house is being sold. So we moved out of the place, but she was aware that that car was there and needed to be moved. I threatened her back in March saying, you got to do something with that car. Nothing ever happened because, you know, she was saying like, oh, you're just retaliating because I'm suing you and all this other stuff. All this stuff is recorded at Hillsborough County. Temple Terrace Police has been out there numerous times for this same particular daughter and these behaviors. So I just didn't touch it. So, I mean, honestly, I didn't know what to do. I did nothing. But when I did, you know, when I got a closing date for the house, I had the car moved. So.
Any other questions? Go ahead, Bill.
So I don't want to put words in your mouth, but it sounds like you felt a possible threat from your daughter if you had tried to move the car without her knowing about that. And she still lives with you?
There at that property.
Oh, she's
So back in July, before we moved off the property, she got that notice, the little yellow thing that she hung on the door. She got it. When I came home from work, it was literally on the counter. And I knew it was about her car because all the other cars, you know, and it's just really my car. I'm not there in the daytime, so, but yeah,
okay.
The car is registered to her name,
yes.
but why didn't she put a tag on it?
She took the plate off because DMV were threatening her license So she turned the plate in.
Oh.
She surrendered it, yes, sir.
And now the car, where's the car?
In tow,
In tow?
yes.
Oh, okay.
Junkyard, like, I mean, she'll have to come after me another way, but this car, the lien that's on the property, is preventing me from selling it. So I had no other choice. I gave her ample warning. I texted, make sure it was in writing, that you knew about these violations, and she still failed to move it. So on this 1st of September, I had it towed from the property.
So now, you don't live there anymore?
No,
And she does not live there anymore?
no, sir.
So it's a new property owner?
Not yet. I close hopefully on
Oh, okay.
Friday.
You're not selling, okay. I have a question to maybe the attorney. Do we have to impose a fine on this case, actual fine? From what I hear, I mean, they moved out, and it's not the direct owner of the property. She's got conflict with her daughter. So what I'm saying, she had a previous one, but I know repeated violation. What's the guidelines for us?
Much the same as when it's not a repeat violation. I mean, first you'll determine whether or not there's a violation. If it's determined there is, then you'll, see the gravity of weigh the gravity of the violation with actions taken by the violator to try and correct the violation and the previous violations, whether there's previous violations, and you'll make a determination as to how much of the fine. But that falls on you as the board.
I have a question. I mean, thank you. I like to waive the fine. I'm not sure what the process would be after hearing, what.
She hasn't even been found in violation yet, so.
Okay, well,
would be
the
part of the
recommendation,
motion. That would be
part of
was
the
made
motion,
by Ms.
yeah.
Smith.
So if, let me see if I can help you out. So the motion would be, first of all, whether or not there is a violation. Part of that motion would be the fine. You as a board will determine what that fine, if any, there is. Okay, there is not a mandatory fine on a repeat violation. Okay, you do not have to have a fine because
That
it's a
was my
repeat
question.
violation. Okay, you can set the fine. You have been given advice of $10 a day, which would equal $430, but that is the recommendation of the code officer.
Got you.
Okay, you guys decide what you want to do. That motion, once made, will need a second. If it receives a second, we will vote on it. If it does not receive a second, then we'll try again.
Thank you.
Any other questions for the respondent? You can have a seat, ma'am, thank you. Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll take this one here. See if I'm on the right track here. It's a complied violation.
And it should be a repeat.
Is it repeat?
There's a repeat, but.
Got you. Okay. Right, excellent. In the case number 243420, I move that the city has proven by greater weight of the evidence of the following violation of the City of Temple Terrace City Code exists in the property located at 8402 Marlanus Place, Section 12-860. The motion is based on the sworn testimony that this board has received from the code enforcement officer, Lori Smith, along with any other evidence including photos, affidavits, and the notice of violation, all of which is received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that the respondent be found to be a repeat violator as defined by the City Code, Section 1-63, because the respondent has been found to have violated the same provision of the city code within the provision's 5 years, regardless of property address. I further move that a daily fine for the repeat violation from the time of notice of the repeat violation until the time the repeat violations are corrected, upon considering the following factors: the gravity of the violation, any action taken by the violator to correct the violation, and any previous violations committed by the violator. I move that the fine be 0 per day.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
I second.
A motion and a second, any further discussion?
Yeah, I just, I have a problem with the zero fine. I mean, I really feel like, I like to support the code enforcement team, and I think that we need to have some sort, I mean, there was a violation. And although there were extenuating circumstances, no question about that, I would like to at least impose some type of fine.
What do you have in mind?
I was thinking, minimal, maybe $50 total, but it's a lump, plus this is,
Well, let me see
it's
if
kind
I-
of a lump,
let me-
yeah.
Let me see if I can, if you went half, you went 5 hours a day, that would be $215. That's about the same amount it would cost to buy a cover, which is an option that could have made this go away as well, right, Tom? If they bought a car cover, which would be anywhere from, a cheap one would be $75 to an expensive one would be a couple $100. That would have been an option that would have avoided this as well, it would have been in compliance. So just keep that in mind. I'm kind of in the same camp as Tom, I'm sorry, as Bill, that certainly there were extenuating circumstances, it wasn't her car, there was issues with the daughter, but I don't think 0 is the answer.
Well,
Go ahead.
I agree with Lon. It's the thing is, she's showing that she was afraid to even come near that car. She's being sued left and right. That's my main concern.
I don't think
And
the cover would've-
buying a cover or doing a cover, maybe, that was an option, but she probably did not think about that. She's afraid to come near her car and do anything. That's why I would not think this repeated violation would have happened if it was a normal situation, daughter and mother or whatever, or that girl. That's, I will go with whatever.
Eventually, she did
yeah.
tow the car.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like she didn't do anything.
But if she was under legal duress and she's dealing with a mentally unstable person, this simple act of covering the car could have instigated further litigation that obviously she doesn't want to deal with, so.
What I'm saying is she eventually had the car towed, so I mean, I don't know how much.
Benefit of the doubt that she crossed her I's and dotted her T's in that situation, but I can understand building up to it, not wanting to catalyze anything further. Yeah.
But I can see, what's our staff is recommending, $110 if we go like
We're saying
50.
$10 a day for 43 days, $430.
$430.
Or if,
My suggestion would be maybe split the baby and make it $5 a day, and at least there's a fine on the record.
Shall we vote on it?
But you can amend, you have two options. You can let your motion stand and see how it votes out, or you can amend it.
I'll stand by the motion.
Okay. Okay, for this particular one, we're gonna do a roll call. So we're gonna have each individual person make a vote, starting with you, Juan.
All right. I stand by my decision.
So yay or nay?
Hey, or
Yay is yes, nay is no.
yay.
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 Rod?
yay.
Nay.
Nay?
Nay.
Nay.
Okay, so the nays have it, so the motion fails. We'll need a new motion.
Okay, I'll do it.
Okay, thank you.
No. In case number, excuse me, in case number 24-3420, I move that the city has proven by a greater weight of the evidence the following violations of the City of Temple Terrace City Code exist on the property located at 8402 Marlanus Place. Violation being, where am I? 12-860. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from the code enforcement officer, Lori Smith, and other witnesses, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and the notice of violation, all of which is received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that the respondent was found to be a repeat violator as defined by City Code Section 1-63. Because the respondent has been found to have violated the same provision of the City Code within the previous 5 years, regardless of property address. I further move that a daily fine
You can have a lump sum.
lump sum fine be assessed for the repeat violations of the repeat violation and period. Upon considering the following factors, the gravity of the violation, any actions taken by the violator to correct the violation, and any previous violations committed by the violator, I move that the fine be $100, period.
You have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those, again, roll call. Juan?
A.
Yea or nay?
A.
Yea? Okay.
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yea.
Yeah.
Yay.
Motion passes unanimously. So, ma'am, you have been found in violation as a repeat offender. The fine was a lump sum of $100. Okay? Thank you and good luck. Next case, please.
The next case before the board is case number 243544, City versus Whiteway Terrace Villas Condo Association for the property located at 5300 Whiteway Drive. The case before the board based on alleged violations of Section 81665A, Minimum Standards Commercial Buffers Repair, Section 81668A, Minimum Standards Commercial Sanitation Public Area, and Section 12901, Pools Duty to Maintain. The case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Compliance Officer Lori Smith. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Good evening, Lori Smith, Code Compliance. This case was originated proactively by Officer Robinson on July the 25th, 2024, who noted the pool was closed but unsanitary. My inspection on the 6th of August, 2024 noted no change to the unsanitary pool. Trash and litter on the east and west side of the property, interior furnishings outside of the dumpster on the east side, and the masonry buffer wall on the west side of the property is peeling paint. A notice of violation letter was prepared that day with the compliance date of August the 12th, 2024. I sent the property manager, Mr. Veed, an email and attached the notice letter. I did not receive email verification that same day from Mr. Veed, so I posted the notice of violation at the front pool gate. I requested copies be sent certified and first-class mail to the owner of record. I also requested a copy be posted at City Hall for the 10-day requirement. Mr. Chairman, on the 14th of August, 2024, property manager Mr. Veed contacted me and stated he was in contact already with Whiteway Terrace Villas HOA board members to address the unsanitary pool. On August the 20th, 2024, Administrative Assistant Sierra Swanson contacted me and said Avid Property Management has secured a contract with Pinch a Penny to clean the pool. August the 23rd, 2024, Whiteway Terrace Villas HOA board member Ms. Grant came to City Hall and spoke with me about the violations. She stated that the HOA board had not been advised by Avid Property Management of the violations on the property until the notice of hearing. Ms. Grant asked that she be included in any new correspondence with Avid concerning the site moving forward. At this time, I would like to submit photographic evidence of the violations taken by me on the 6th and the 19th of August, 2024.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Exhibit number 1 shows the notice letter posted at the pool gate. Exhibit number 2 shows the west side masonry buffer wall peeling paint. Exhibit 3, 4, and 5 are litter debris that are on the property, east and west side of the property. Exhibit number 6 shows the unsanitary pool. As of today's date, the site is now in compliance, and I would like to submit an affidavit of compliance, and I'm just looking for a finding.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Any questions for the code officer? Is the respondent here?
Ms. Grant is here, sir.
If there's no questions, come on up, state your name and address for the record.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Brandy Grant, and I own one of the properties at 5302 through 5328 Whiteway Terrace Villas. I am one of the board members. We were not informed of this. The only reason we were informed of this is because I saw something hanging from the pool, and I went over and grabbed it and read it. As soon as I read this, I emailed the management company, who hopefully soon will replace. I have email after email from the board members of us trying to get meetings a meeting date with this management company. They have not responded. And I'm glad I asked to be on the emails that they're sending because they're responding to the city. They're not responding to the board. They've been saying that we have not taken this seriously. I was the one that picked up all of the trash out there. I'm the one that's going out there picking up trash, throwing stuff in dumpsters. I've recommended that they put cameras out to find out who's dumping the material. Find them. Don't find the entire community. Once I found out that the pool needed to be cleaned, I got 5 estimates in 2 days for people to clean the pool. We need the trees done. I have gotten estimates to get the trees taken care of. There's 2 dead palm trees, I believe, out there now. Get those removed, lift the canopy, and cut down other dead trees. We agreed to close in the pool because clearly it's not being taken care of. That pool hasn't been swam in since 2010, I would say, 2011. Right. So we voted to have it closed in. The condo association, not the association, but the management company decided that they will find somebody to repair the pool and clean the pool. So I've gotten an estimate that I'll be presenting at our condo meeting tomorrow, that they just confirmed yesterday, that we're gonna have it closed in. Because as Ms. Smith, informed, repeat violations, we can't afford repeat violations. It's easier just to close the pool in because nobody's using it anyway, sod the area, and put picnic tables out and call it a day. So I just came up here to say that the board had very little information on this stuff, very little. I take my property value very seriously. So I wish you could find the management company, but you cannot. So I just wanted to state that.
Any questions for the respondent?
I've got one.
Go ahead.
So how long has the pool been green?
So, great question. On I want to say the 30th or so. Okay, of all the estimates I got, they went with the one that they chose, which was $5,000 to clean the pool. I gave them estimates for the cleaning of the pool, to blue it up, and then also to maintain the pool. Once they cleaned it, they haven't sent anyone out to maintain it. They said they had a company. They didn't send it. I want to say 3 or 4 days ago, no, on the 5th, because I went back out there to pick up trash because apparently that's just, people like to throw trash out there. I went out there on the 5th. I emailed them and said, the pool is getting green. What are we going to do about it? They never responded. Once Ms. Smith informed them, they responded to her.
So
Had to,
5th of September, it's been,
5th of September. It started getting green again. So I would say on the 4th, since it's raining, and with the rain, the chlorine is just basically null and void. So I would say maybe on the 4th it was, but I wasn't there, so I don't know. So probably, I'll say the 4th. At least the 5th, it started getting green again. And then one of the board members emailed and said, I'm just gonna have somebody come out and do it. Ended up, I guess the management company wanted to beat him to doing it, so they sent somebody out there yesterday, and then the meeting is today, so now they want to fix everything last minute. But they're doing it at a risk to my property.
I have some questions.
go ahead, Brian.
So you're a resident of this condo area?
I'm sorry?
You're a resident there?
I own a property there.
Oh, you're the owner of the property?
It's a condo, it's condos, so I own a condo.
It's a condo unit.
Oh, you own one condo there?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. And you're on the board, that's what I'm trying. But is there any charge or common area maintenance or anything? It's in the management hands, they get that money to kind of have clean up and pool, cutting the grass and all that? So they're getting paid, but they're not doing it actually?
Correct. And we have budgeted maintenance, we have, they're supposedly, they come out there once a month to inspect the property. I will question that because when I pick up trash, there's actually one door that doesn't even have a doorknob. So it's inside the unit, there's 4 other units except for one where there's 2. So the exterior door, and hopefully we don't get code violated for this.
Who hires this management company? Because if you're having that problems with this, you can change, like all the condo owners can go ahead and change them and have a better management that would really take care of you guys, rather than being worried that you're gonna get violations and all that nonsense, you know.
Right, and that's what I'm in the process of doing now with all the other estimates I'm trying to get. The thing is they were sufficient at first. Now, I don't know what's going on, but we have come to the conclusion that we will need to let Avid Property Management go and acquire someone else. Because if you're not informing us and then you're blaming us, because he hasn't been in contact, like he told Ms. Smith, he's not been in contact with us. I can literally bop up on my phone the email thread, and he's like, I haven't gotten any emails from you. And I sent him a PDF of the layout, the conversations.
How often do you meet?
We're supposed to meet once every quarter. And then we have a budget meeting in August, and we have a board meeting, like the election for board meeting in January.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
I just had a question for the city. I just curious where the breakdown occurred, because she said she didn't actually, she didn't know about this violation until she actually saw something hanging on the pool. So who would have received a letter from the city, as far as, would it have been
The property owner gets the
But-
notice of violation.
but this is a condo association, so who's the property owner? That's what I'm trying.
Notice of violation?
You should have a copy of it.
Addressed to the condo
I
association.
believe,
The
right.
notice of violation shows that the condo association is the owner of that common area.
So we'll go to the
Okay,
management.
so did you guys just didn't see the letter, or there was?
It didn't, it
No, it goes
probably,
to-
because it was
goes
posted
down
at the pool, it went to the management company, probably got it, and didn't, and
Right.
they didn't see it till somebody walked out to the pool. But
And
nobody walks
thankfully,
out to
she
the pool
posted it on the
because they don't
pool,
wanna use
and I
it
was like,
because
well, what is this? Mystery.
Yeah, I was just,
The correct address on Bush Lake Boulevard?
That is the management company's address.
Okay,
That
so
is
that's
the
where the
management
notice,
I went to the management company.
oh, okay,
yes,
Not to the condo board.
not to the,
right.
okay.
Well,
And had I not seen it on the pool, they probably would have snatched that off, and we would have
Yeah,
been,
Okay, so the city followed all the rules, there was no
Yes.
breakdown in communication, it just, the way this, yeah.
Well, it was just between the management company and the board.
Right, yeah.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
curious, how long have you had the management company?
I want to say 5 years. And I would say in the last year and a half, they've been questionable. But honestly, finding a management company, especially with all of the laws that are going on in Florida, things that are changing with real estate and condos in particular from the condo that fell in Miami, it's increasingly difficult to find one that is wanting to take the responsibility, to the point where I'm about to just get my management license and call it a day and just manage the property myself. I'm so serious.
I think a good idea. Any other questions for the respondent? You can have a seat, ma'am, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
If there's no other questions, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll do that.
Thank you.
In case number 243544, I move that the city has proven by the greater weight of evidence the following violation of the City of Temple Terrace City Code did exist on the property located at 5300 Whiteway Drive, with applicable code violation, Section 8-166, subsection 5, subsection A. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received.
You got two others.
Yeah, you got
Oh,
two other
oh, sorry. Yeah, and Section 166, subsection 8, subsection A, and Section 12-901, pool and pools. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from the Code Enforcement Officer, Lori Smith, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavit, and the notice of violation of which received and enters as part record of this hearing. I further move there'll be no fine imposed because the violations were all brought up into compliance prior to the date of this hearing.
We have a motion, do we have a second? Second. Motion and a second, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays, motion carries. So, ma'am, the condo development has been found to be in violation of these three codes, but because it was all brought into compliance prior to tonight's meeting, there's no fine. But it does put each one of those code violations into a repeat situation. So if anything, if any one of these three sections get violated, the pool especially, which is probably the easiest one, in the next 5 years, it becomes a repeat violation. Okay?
And that's the pool, the trash, what was the third?
Yeah, the wall, the buffer wall, all of that,
Okay.
okay?
Okay, thank
So
you.
right now, you're in compliance, so.
Thank you for cleaning up that property.
You're welcome. It was 2 bags full. Thank you.
Thanks, good luck. Okay, I think we're gonna start back at the beginning.
The next case is case number 24-2108, City versus Terrace Ridge Incorporated for the property located at 5403 East Fowler Avenue. The case is before the board based on alleged violation of Section 12986 signs maintenance. The case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Compliance Director Tom Baroni. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Good evening,
Please
Tom.
start.
Sure.
You're welcome to stay, but you don't have to stay.
Oh, I'm listening and learning.
Oh, okay, all right.
Just gonna get her mandate.
Good evening, Tom
Okay.
Baroni.
Well, you're more than welcome to stay.
You need some audience, David.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
This case this evening originated proactively on May 5th, 2024, when I noted a damaged ground sign on the west side of the Terrace Ridge Plaza by the entrance on North 53rd Street. A photo was taken on May 10th, 2024, and was sent over to the property manager with a compliance date of May 23rd, 2024. Follow-up inspection noted no change on June 6th, 2024. Another email was sent over that same day to the property manager to find out the status of the replacement of the sign cover. I did get a reply back stating that the approval to repair this sign was approved, but they just didn't get a call back from the company that's replacing the sign. The sign still remained out of compliance on July 8th, 2024. Therefore, a notice of violation was prepared with a compliance date of July 18th, 2024. On August 18th, 2024, inspection noted no change. At this time, I'd like to submit photographic evidence that was taken by me on July 8th, 2024. Exhibit number 1 shows the damaged ground sign.
We'll accept those, thank you.
As of September 5th, 2024, the inspection noted a new sign cover was installed. Therefore, the property is in compliance, and I'd like to submit an affidavit of compliance.
We'll accept that, thank you.
You already have it.
Any questions for the code officer? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Thank you.
In case number 241084, I move the city is proven by a greater weight of the evidence the following violations of the City of Temple Terrace City Code did exist on the property located at 7705 Leon Avenue. That is section 12-861, subsection E, subsection 6.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, I'm reading the wrong one, I'm sorry. Oh, the wrong case number, I apologize. Yep. In case number 242108, the city, I move the city has proven by a greater weight of the evidence the following violations of the City of Temple Terrace City Code did exist on the property located at 5403 East Power Avenue. The violation is section 12-986. The motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from the Code Enforcement Director, Tom Baroni, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and the notice of violation, all which is received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. Further move there be no fine imposed because violations were brought into compliance prior to the date of this hearing.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays, motion carries. Next case, please.
The next case is case number 243072, City versus Heritage at Temple Terrace LLC and Heritage at Temple 2 LLC for the property located at 10605 North 56th Street, Unit 101. The case is before the board based on alleged violations of Section 81668B, minimum standards, commercial sanitation garbage, and Section 1034, sanitation duty to keep premises clean. The case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Compliance Director Tom Baroni. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Good evening, Tom Baroni, Code Compliance. This case this evening originated proactively on July 1st, 2024, when I observed overgrown conditions throughout the property, tree branches along the fence line on Whiteway Drive, and a dumpster enclosure in disrepair on the backside of the apartment complex, which I left 3 door hangers at the office with the compliance date of July 12th, 2024. I did speak to the property manager, Joseph, on July 15th, 2024, about the violations. My inspection on August 7th, 2024, noted that the grass had been mowed. However, the dumpster enclosure and the tree debris still remained out of compliance. That same day, I prepared a notice of violation with the compliance date of August 17th, 2024. The notice letter was posted at the front door of the apartment complex. I also emailed the copy over to the property manager. Later that day, I did receive a confirmation of the email that he did receive the notice letter. My inspection on August 19, 2024, noted no change. At this time, I'd like to submit photographic evidence that was taken by me on August 16, 2024. Exhibits number 1 and 2 show the tree debris pile along Whiteway Drive. Exhibit number 3 shows the dumpster enclosure in disrepair. I'd like to submit it this time.
Yeah, we'll accept that, thank you.
Did you show the pictures?
I'm trying.
We're good?
And F5.
Did you put that on?
Yep, I did that. I clicked on that. That's what I did.
Okay. Well,
Not showing up?
Not showing
Okay,
up.
We'll look at the hard copy.
okay.
You can keep going. I think the
Okay.
slides, right?
Got me on camera, man.
Oh. Once in a while, we gotta bring you out.
Tactic up there. This is impressive.
F5.
Everyone look behind the curtain.
It worked? Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Inspection today noted that the tree debris along the, had been removed. However, the dumpster enclosure still remained out of compliance. At this time, I'd like to submit an affidavit of compliance for the violation of 10-34, the tree removal. So the only one that remains out is the dumpster enclosure.
Which is 81668B.
Yes,
So that one's still not in compliance, but 10-34 is.
that's correct.
Okay. Any other questions for the code officer? No, not, I'll entertain a motion.
Thank you.
I'll do that. I like that combo there. In case number 243072, I move that the city has proven by the greater weight of evidence the following violations of the City of Temple Terrace City Code exist on the property located at 10605 North 56th Street, number 101, with the applicable code sections 8-166 subsection 8 subsection B and section 10-34. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from the Code Enforcement Director, Tom Baroni, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavit, and the notice of violation of which is received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that there be no imposed fine for the violation of Code Section 10-34 because the violations excuse me, were brought into compliance prior to the date of this hearing. I further move that the remaining violations be corrected on or before October 9th, 2024. If the respondent does not comply with this order on or before that day, they are ordered to pay a fine for each and every day the violation continue past the date of set for compliance upon considering the following factors: the gravity of the violation, any actions taken by the violator to correct the violation, any previous violations committed by the violator. I move that the fine be $25 per day.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No nays. Motion carries. Next case.
The next case is case number 243276, City versus BAF Assets 5 LLC for the property located at 9901 Morris Glen Way. The case is before the board based on alleged violation of Section 810218A Sanitation Shared Area. The case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Compliance Officer Doug Allen. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman and board members. Doug Allen, Code Compliance Officer. This case was initiated by me on July 12, 2024 for unmanicured vines on the exterior walls. I went direct to a notice of violation on that date with a reinspection date of July 19, 2024. I posted a copy of the notice of violation at the front door, and a copy was posted at City Hall for the 10-day requirement, and copies were mailed, both certified and regular mail, to the address of the owner of record. Our reinspection on August 22nd showed no change, so a notice of hearing was prepared on that date, and the case was scheduled for the September Municipal Code Board meeting. This time, I'd like to submit photographic evidence taken by me on July 12th and August 22nd, 2024.
We'll accept those. Thank you.
Exhibit number 1 shows the, I think I gave you my testimony.
Houston, we have a problem.
I'm down towards the end, I can remember that little bit. Exhibit number 1 shows the notice of violation posting. Exhibit number 2 shows the vines, the unmanicured vines on the exterior wall. If for any reason the photos look familiar, this case was before you last month for a different violation.
So it's not a repeat, so it's a different.
It's not a repeat, but the site is in compliance, and I'd like to submit an affidavit of compliance, and I am seeking a finding.
I have a question.
Okay.
Those vines, when they grow on the wall, they cause a violation?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
they're unmanicured vines.
Oh, okay.
What if you'd like?
But if they happen to like grow them as a beautification, like they do sometimes in Europe or in certain areas, is that?
As long as you keep it trimmed and maintained. It can be, it just can't grow like over the.
I'm just curious, that's all.
Soffit and fascia and.
I don't like them, but, you know, I've seen them a lot.
on a trellis.
People do grow them
Yeah, as long as they're manicured.
manicured,
Yeah.
not wildly going. Oh,
Correct.
okay.
Normally, there's a trellis or something that grows.
What is it?
Normally, there's a trellis or something that it'll
Right.
grow on.
Yeah, some kind, yeah.
Not directly on the wall.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
All right, I'll do it. All right. And case number, all right, one here, case number 24-3276. I move that the city has proven by a greater weight of the evidence the following violation of the City of Temple Terrace City Code did exist on the property located at 9901 Morris Glen Way. And the code section is 8-102, subsection 18, subsection A. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from Code Enforcement Director Tom Barone. Oh, was it Tom or was it Doug?
Doug.
Oh, sorry.
Douglas.
Code Enforcement Officer Doug Allen, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and notice of violation, all of which is received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that no fine be imposed because the violation was brought into compliance prior to the date of this hearing.
A motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No nays. Motion carries. Next case, please.
The next case is case number 243307, City versus Justin Adams McSweeney Life Estate and Joyce McDonald for the property located at 10033 North 53rd Street. The case is before the board based on alleged violations of Section 10.3B sanitation grass weeds, Section 810213B, exterior walls maintained in good repair, and Section 810218A, sanitation shared area. The case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Compliance Officer Doug Allen. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Thank you.
Good evening again, and for the final time, Mr. Chairman and board members. Doug Allen, Code Compliance Officer. This case was originated by me on July 15th, 2024 for overgrown conditions, stained exterior walls and unmanicured vines on the exterior walls. I left a door hanger with a reinspection date of July 18th, 2024. My reinspection on July 19th showed no change, so I generated a notice of violation with a reinspection date of July 29th, 2024. I posted the notice at the site as well as at City Hall for the 10-day requirement, and copies were mailed both certified and regular mail to the address of the owner of record. My reinspection on August 19th showed no change, so I prepared a notice of hearing on that date, and the case was scheduled for the September Municipal Code Board meeting. This time, I'd like to submit photographic evidence taken by myself on July 19th and August 19th, 2024.
We'll accept those, thank you.
Exhibit number 1 shows the notice of violation posting. Exhibit number 2 shows the overgrown conditions. Exhibit number 3 shows the unmanicured vines. And exhibit number 4 shows the stained exterior walls. The site is in compliance, and I'd like to submit an affidavit in compliance, and I'm seeking a finding.
We'll accept that, thank you.
For the 3 violations.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions for the code officer? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I got it. All right, in case number 24-3307, I move that the city has proven by a greater weight of the evidence the following violations of the City of Temple Terrace Code did exist on the property located at 10033 North 53rd Street. Where did we go? Section 10-3, subsection B, section 8-102, subsection 13, subsection B, and section 8-102, subsection 18, subsection A. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from the code enforcement officer and other witnesses, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and the notice of violation, all of which is received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that there be no fine imposed because the violations were brought into compliance prior to the date of this hearing.
Okay, we have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays, motion carries. Next and last case, please.
The last case under new business is case number 243402, City versus Kristen L. Jones for the property located at 210 Temple Valley Drive. The case is before the board based on alleged violation of Section 1035 sanitation, abutting property to keep rights-of-way clean. The case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Compliance Director Tom Baroni. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Thank you.
Good evening, Tom Baroni, Code Compliance. This case this evening originated proactively on July 18th when I observed the parkway grass along Whiteway Drive not being maintained that is abutting to the city property. That same day, I spoke to the new tenant and educated him on maintaining the parcel behind the rear fence that abuts to the city property with a reinspection date of July 22nd, 2024. On August 5th, 2024, my reinspection noted no change. Therefore, a notice of violation was prepared with the compliance date of August 10th, 2024. A copy of the notice letter was sent over to the property owner and also to the property manager. A confirmation of the notice letter by Mark Dowski was received and confirmed. My inspection on August 16, 2024 noted no change. At this time, I'd like to submit photographic evidence that was taken by me on August 16, 2024. Exhibit number 1 and 2 shows the parkway grass along Whiteway Drive is overgrown. I'd like to submit.
We'll accept those, thank you.
Did it work? Good job, sir. Inspection on August 23rd, 2024 noted that the parcel has been mowed. Therefore, the property is in compliance. I'm going to submit an affidavit of compliance.
We'll certainly accept it, thank you. Any questions for the code officer? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Thank you.
Do it. In case number 24-3402, I move that the city has proven by greater weight of the evidence the following violations of the City of Temple Terrace Code did exist on property located at 210 Temple Valley Drive. Code violation being Section 10-35. The motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from Code Enforcement Director Tom Baroni, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and the notice of violation, all of which is received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that there be no fine imposed because the violations were brought into compliance prior to the date of this hearing.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays, motion carries. On to unfinished business.
Under unfinished business, we have case number 240309, City versus Judith Ann Williams for the property located at 521 Courtney Drive. Deadline for compliance is October 9th, 2024. Case number 241497, City versus Ronaldo J. Kindred and Ashley Kindred for the property located at 7105 Gadsden Drive. The deadline for compliance is tonight at midnight. Case number 241810, City versus BAF Assets 5 LLC for the property located at 9901 Morris Glen Way. The deadline for compliance is tonight at midnight. Case number 242298, City versus Shelby Winkler and Samuel Crawford for the property located at 6320 East 113th Avenue. The deadline for compliance is tonight at midnight. Case number 242322, City versus Technology Development Consultants LLC for the property located at 207 Woodbine Avenue. The deadline for compliance is tonight at midnight. Case number 242568, City versus Retzi and Von Hoff for the property located at 423 South River Hills Drive. The deadline for compliance is tonight at midnight. Case number 242858, City versus Lonnie Mark Hammonds for the property located at 414 Park Ridge Avenue. The deadline for compliance tonight is tonight at midnight. And finally, case number 243010, City versus Jose Luis Almaguel Hernandez for the property located at 102 Forest Park Avenue. The deadline for compliance is midnight tonight. An affidavit of compliance was submitted by Officer Allen for Section 12921, dated August 21st, 2024. And I have two cases not on the agenda.
Okay.
Case number 225004, City versus Ahmad Abu Khalil for the property located at 11901 North 53rd Street. An affidavit of compliance was submitted by Officer Smith for sections 12861E6 and 1034, dated September 11th, 2024. Case number 235044, City versus BAF3 LLC for the property located at 9901 Morris Glen Way. An affidavit of compliance was submitted by Officer Allen for Section 810213C, dated September 9th, 2024.
Good, thank you.
I have a question, David. Is that possible?
Yes.
For Tom. Tom, on case number 24-2298, I'm just curious, it's by midnight, this is the fence.
Yes. So as of yesterday, the structure is still up,
Still up.
yes. But they technically still have midnight tonight. So that he could have came home today from work and took it down.
That's the golf ball thing
The basketball,
Basketball.
yes,
with the big green wall?
yes.
I'm just curious about this, to follow up on this.
Other board action, anybody have any other board action? I just would like to take this moment to thank Jeannie for volunteering and
Good job.
coming back.
I second that. Thank you.
I think I was chairman when you were doing this before, when you didn't have to, when you couldn't volunteer, you were told. But thank you. You did a great job. Anything to report on liens? Okay. Any new business? I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
So a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays? We are adjourned. Thank you very much.
I'll go home.
Oh,